Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the Scuttlebutt VR channel. This one is going to be a little bit different. We got something special for you guys here. We reached out in our last episode and did an interview with Lou from Loucid VR, and he was kind enough to send us some of his skins so we can do kind of a little mini review on them. So I'm excited. I've obviously already busted it open, but I'm excited to show you guys what's in here because it's really cool. So we've got the bottom piece, the top piece. They're all labeled too, which is really nice. It does come with a link to instructions, but I don't really think that they're necessary. Honestly, it seems very straightforward to me. You've got your controllers, obviously the front of the headset. We got the Anti-Venom Skin, which is actually not even available in the store. So this is a kind of a Scuttlebutt VR exclusive, which I'm very excited about. It's such a cool design. I'm a big Spider-Man fan anyway, and so this is going to be a cool skin. I think it's going to go well with the quest here. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's start putting it on. The very first thing I'm going to have to do here is take all of the accessories off of my quest because I've got the Bobo fan and the Kiwi grip, so they're going to get in the way a little bit. So yeah, first thing is let's get those guys off and ready to roll. So yeah, let's get to busting this down here. Start with the controller grips because they're a little bit easier. You know, how about I just time-lapse this part? There we go. Now that we got everything busted down and out of the way, we can start applying some decals here. Let's start with the controllers. The right-hand one here. And the nice thing about them, he said when we were talking to him, is that they're made in such a way that when you put them on, you know, as long as you're not mashing them down as hard as you can, they're not going to stick immediately. So you got a little bit of wiggle room with the adjustment, which is always nice with the skins, because you want to make sure it lines up with everything here, no bubbles. Kind of, you can see I need to shift it, the whole thing this way, so I can just peel it back up and pull it over there, no problem. Gonna mash that down, give it a full final press. And yeah, boom, that's that first one totally installed. It looks great with the white controllers. I'm really kind of almost disappointed that the Kiwi grips are going to cover up a lot of this because it looks so cool. And the cutouts for everything kind of stayed behind. I didn't have to pick and poke every one of those out, so that's a good deal too. And as you're watching me apply these, if this is your first time on the channel, definitely feel free to give us a like and a subscribe. It's always super helpful. But if you have any questions about the vinyls as well, we just did an episode with Lou where he talks all about these skins and how it works. And so if you have any questions about the vinyl and some of the different decisions that he made and what led him to this point, couldn't recommend that episode enough, guys. Okay, we've got our top side here. Clean off the dust around where my Bobo VR fan was. It's got the nice Loucid branding right in the middle too. You can kind of line up with the Oculus logo, which I think makes it really easy to get this positioning on there. Make sure that neither of your cameras are covered, obviously, for tracking purposes. And then you can kind of just tuck these wings underneath here. It'll all lay down. See here, it looks like I actually put it on a little too far forward, and it's kind of covering some of my vents here. So let's see if I can get it back off without too much trouble here. I did press down some of it a little hard, which he did say not to do. So let's see if there's hope for me or not. Hope it is. It's coming up pretty well. Just going to go nice and slow so I don't stretch or tear the vinyl. And then same thing over here on this end. So you want to leave this line open. This is your part of your ventilation. So you absolutely don't want that covered when you're laying on a decal or a cover or really anything. Not gonna lie, it seems like I'm struggling a little bit. Maybe I should go from side to side here. I'm sure if I read the directions, they explain exactly what it is that I'm missing in this step. That would make it just dead easy to put on. But that's not how we do things at the Scuttlebutt. And there we go. That is a beautiful top vinyl application that is no longer covering the vents, which is exactly the way that we want it to be. Flip it over and do the bottom next. And the other thing that's really cool is they come with a lot of like bonus stickers and stuff here too. And so you can put those obviously wherever. I think that one's probably going to go on my laptop, but if you want them on your Quest case, I think there's one here that goes specifically for your charging brick as well. So it's not an exaggeration to say that they really thought of everything with these set of vinyls. You know, for this, I think I'm going to try to center the buttons and the mic. That's really going to be the important thing. And as always, not blocking those vents. Come up here. Make sure you can get to the headphone. And yeah, now it wraps all the way around from top to bottom. Looking pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. And all that we have left now is the most important part, the coolest part, the faceplate. I don't know if you guys can really see this if it translates on camera, but there's a cutout for the Oculus logo too, which I love. You know, you got to keep that stuff on display. Oh, speaking of which, there's Oculus logo stickers here too for the rings. But I use the Kiwi. I knock them around so much that I'm pretty sure that those decals are not going to last very long. So I'm not going to bother with those. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Luke can yell at me in the comments and go, you know, I made them just for that, because he did mention it's automotive grade vinyl. It's some heavy duty stuff. Where's the best point to peel this from, I think? Because it's got a bunch of these notches in here to help it really mold around the face of your Quest. So I think with this guy, as far as the alignment goes, this is probably going to be a little hard to see on camera, but I guess I'm just going to kind of use that Oculus logo as my center there. Try to make sure that in the process, none of my cameras get covered up. So I think that's probably, you want to go in and attach everything right where you want it to be around the cameras, so you don't lose any of that tracking functionality. See, I've got a little wrinkle starting right here, so let me try to pull back some of my vinyl and help with that. I'm no expert, that's for sure, and I think that honestly makes for a better review, because this shows you that, if even a shaved monkey like somebody at the Scuttlebutt can do it, then you absolutely can do it. Just bring those right up to that fan line. And we'll come around and finish up with this other camera here. Oh, but see, anytime you see that, you're starting to get a crease in that vinyl, all you got to do is just slow down and work it back out. It's not really rushing is going to be the only thing that hurts you here. So as long as you're not in a hurry when you're putting this on, you should have a great time. And there we go. We can just pull that little thing right out and no more crease. And again, just like I said with the other stuff, there's probably in his instructions a way that he tells you to do this to avoid all of the problems that you're watching me struggle with. But where would be the fun in that? So it is, I think part of the problem is I should have done a top to bottom application here. As I can see, I'm getting a little bit of wrinkling right here. There we go, just that one that wasn't wanting to peel up. And basically, we're just letting the air out, So that's all the bubble is. It's these little parts down here by the teeth that are the most finicky when you've got to refix something. So it is important, I would say, to slow down, take your time, and do it right. Because, if you're like me and you want it to look really good when you've got it on there, it takes a good bit of work to get it to that point. So now I'm just kind of making sure to work from the middle out towards the edges here. And make sure that any air that is underneath there is moving towards our edges. And there you have it, folks. Ta-da! I will say, if you look really close, there are a few stretch marks, and that's from me pulling the vinyl back. I think if I had done it right the first time, as far as really going slow with my application and not being so excited to get this cool skin on here, I probably would have been able to get away without even those slightest little stretch marks. But there's no bubbles. Everything looks really good. I'm super happy with the way everything lines up on the decal. Not only with the sensors, the holes, all of your necessary bells and whistles, but just the graphic itself, the way it lines up with each other. a lot of these pieces really look like they were meant to be together. And so I got to give a huge shout out to Loucid Co. And actually his new company, SkinNY or SkinNY. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but I'll put a logo up. That's his new skins brand. So definitely, guys, if you're interested, check it out. I'm pretty sure we've got a promo code, so I'll have that down in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.